Hey guys, CSU back again with an informative series of Intro to InfoSec, which deals with cybersecurity, ethical hacking, and penetration testing. In today's episode, we are taking a look at Linux for hackers. In this second episode, we will have in detail of introduction to Linux, basic commands, and some terminal shortcuts. So, let's get started. Well, I'll explain some basic concepts on introduction to Linux, then we can move further to practical section. All topics timestamps will be available in description, check it if you need it. Basically, Linux is a kernel, but GUI, graphical user interface version of the Linux is known as Linux operating system or Linux OS. It was initially developed by Linux Torvalds, which is an open source project, and it has many of distributions as per the requirements such as Manjaro, Mint, Elementary, Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, Arch Linux, etc. And the main advantages of Linux are it is an open source operating system. This means the source code is easily available for everyone and you are allowed to contribute, modify and distribute the code to anyone. In terms of security, Linux is the most secure than any other operating systems. It doesn't mean that Linux is 100% secure, it has some malware for it, but it is less vulnerable than any other operating systems. So it doesn't require any antivirus softwares. And it has frequent software updates so you can access the latest software patches, upgrades and etc. It has freely available to use on the internet, so you can download and install it in your system. And it has larger community support, so any other troubleshootings will be resolved in their respective forums. And it will maintain the privacy of its users. And if you come to about Kali Linux, it is an open source Debian Linux based distribution aimed at the advanced penetration testing and security auditing. Kali Linux contains several hundred tools targeted towards various information security tasks such as penetration testing, security research, computer forensics, and reverse engineering. Kali Linux is a multi-platform solution accessible and freely available to information security professionals. And now I'll show you some basic Linux commands which we will use in general. At first, I'm gonna teach you Linux file system commands. Then we will move to system commands. Yeah, this is my terminal. Let me zoom in for you. The first command we are taking a look at is ls. ls stands for listing the current directory, and you can see here these are my working directories of my home folder. And now the next command will be ls space -la. These commands will enable us to view the hidden directories of an working directory. You can see here these are my current hidden files of this home directory. And the next command will be cat. The cat command is used to view the raw data of a text file or any other file. For that, I'm creating an text file in Nano text editor. Wait a second, I will show you after finishing this. Okay, rtx.ttx. Yeah, you can see here I have rt.txt file here. I'm gonna view this by command cat space rt.txt. Yeah, this is the content I have written in this. And the next command will be making an directory or an folder. For that we need to type mkdir. mkdir stands for making an directory. I'm gonna making an directory like erg. You can see here ls. Here, this is a erg folder that I have created, and now I'm gonna remove these rt.txt files here. For that, I'm gonna use a command rm. rm is a remove command, and now I'm gonna remove these two files like rt.txt space rt.txt. Here you can see here these two files are gone, and now I'm gonna remove this erg folder too. For that we need to type rm-rf space folder name erg ls. Yeah, you can see here the folder is gone, and I'm gonna change from home directory to another directory named public. For that we need to type cd space folder name public. Yeah, you can see here I'm moved to public folder. I'm gonna move forward to restore folder, cd space restore. You can see here I'm in restore folder of public, and now I'm gonna move backward to this folder. For that you need to type cd space double dot cd space double dot, and now I'm back to home. And now I'm gonna show you how copy command works. For that we need to get a file. For that I'm gonna typing random file on the nano editor, rt.txt, file giving file name qwerty.txt, and we're done. ls. Yes, I created file name like qwerty.txt. Now I'm gonna move this qwerty.txt to htb folder. For this you need to get a command cp and the file name 2 and the folder name htb. Done. Let me cross check that. cd space htb ls. You can see here the file is successfully copied from home to htb folder. Now I'm gonna rename this qwerty.txt file to word.txt file simply by using mv command. mv will replace the qwerty.txt to word.txt, just like renaming space word.txt, and we're done. ls. You can see here this qwerty.txt is successfully replaced by word.txt, and now I'm again on home. Now I'm gonna move this qwerty.txt to htb folder. For that you need to know command mv, stands for moving the file, mv.txt, qwerty.txt to htb. You can see here there is no qwerty.txt file here. Let me go to htb folder and cross check it for you. ls. Yeah, here you can see here qwerty.txt, and I'm gonna remove this file too. You can see here the file is successfully removed. And now I'm gonna teach you the system commands, and let me clear this for you. And the first command in system commands will be who am I. Who am I will let you know who is the current user of this current desktop. And the next command will be ls underscore release space comma -a. It will show you the distribution, code name, and description of the current Linux you are running about. And the next command will be ls cpu. It will display the current information about this CPU you are running about. It has architecture, CPU model, byte order, CPU cores, and what type of CPU you are using, and the frequency, max frequency, etc, etc. And now I'm gonna add an user. For that you need to know an command name user add. I'm gonna rename as adding user rtx for this. Okay, sudo, I missed it, sudo user add rtx, and done. And I'm gonna giving a password to this rtx user. For that you need to type passwd password space username rtx. Oh, I'm again missed sudo, and yeah, done. It's asking for the new password for the rtx user. I'm gonna giving it, and it asks for retype, and done, successfully updated. Now let me cross check the user. SU stands for switching user. It switched the one user to another user in the desktop. I'm gonna type username and password, and we're done. Let me cross check it. Who am I? rtx. And we successfully switched user Mr. Rogue to rtx. And now I'm gonna exit from this exit. Okay, and I'm gonna delete it. Okay, I'm gonna delete RTX from my Mr. Rogue system. For that you need to type command user delete and username RTX. Sudo again. Yeah, let me cross check it for you again. SU RTX. It shows user RTX doesn't exist. This means the user has successfully deleted from our computer. And the next command will be clear. It will clear the text in the current terminal we are working on it. And the next command will be history. It will display the past command we are used in this terminal. Like you can see here, these are my previous commands I have used. And the next command will be man. Man command is used to, it will display the how to use any command. For example, I have given sudo. You can see here it shows how to use sudo command and the description about the command and how to use it. And the next command will be locate. Locate helps us to search the files in across our system. Here you can see all files of my file system using keyword HTTP. It fetch all the path named HTTP. You can see here every line has HTTP keyword in this. As this the locate command will be worked, and the next command will be PS. PS shows you the current working process of your new system. And now I will gonna explain about Linux terminal shortcuts. And the first thing is Ctrl+Alt+T. Ctrl-Alt-T will enable us to open new terminal from a home or anywhere. And the next command will be Ctrl+D. It will close the terminal. And the next command will be, I will showing you, is Ctrl+C. Ctrl+C will kill the current working process in a terminal. For that example, I'm gonna give CPU. Okay, you can see here I'm pressed Ctrl+C. It means it is clearing the current working process, like here. And the next command will be Ctrl+L. It's just like clear the screen command. And the next command will be Ctrl++ symbol. It will enables us to increase the font size of a terminal like this. And let me take something for you. And the Ctrl+A command will move the cursor to the starting point, and the Ctrl+E move the cursor to the ending point, and Ctrl+U erases the whole line. And up arrow will shows you the previous commands used in the previous task, like this. It is again like this. And then the left arrow moves cursors left by one character, and the right arrow will move cursor by one character. And I'm now pressing Ctrl+D, which is an exit command terminal. And generally the Linux operating system has GUI, graphical user interface, so you can easily operate the other systems like Windows or Mac. If you want complete tutorial, let me know in the comment section. I will definitely do a dedicated video on that. And the next video will be on how to build your career in cybersecurity, so stay tuned to us for more content like this. And that's it for today, guys. Hope you enjoyed and learned something new. Keep supporting me, like, share and subscribe for more videos. Thank you.